10 famous black child actors who disappeared from the spotlight, then and now, 2026. They made us laugh before we even understood life. But where did they go? The child stars of the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s were once the faces of our childhood. From sitcom living rooms to movie theaters, they felt like family. Yet many disappeared quietly while the audience kept growing older. Was it Hollywood pressure adulthood, or simply the cost of growing up in front of millions? Today on Black Excellence Legends, we revisit the journeys behind the fame, the success, the struggles, and the reality no one talks about. Before we begin, subscribe and tell us in the comments, do child actors truly choose to leave, or does the industry leave them behind? Gary Coleman. Gary Coleman was once the most recognizable child actor on American television, yet his life later became a cautionary story about the hidden cost of early fame. Born in 1968 in Zion, Illinois, Coleman rose to stardom in the late 1970s after being cast as Arnold Jackson on the NBC sitcom Different Strokes, 1978 to 1986. His sharp comedic timing and famous catchphrase, "What you talking about, Willis," turned him into a pop culture icon almost overnight. At the height of the show's popularity, he reportedly earned between $70,000 and $100,000 per episode, making him one of the highest-paid television performers of that era, especially remarkable for a child actor. Despite the enormous income, Coleman never gained financial security. Due to a congenital kidney disorder called focal segmental glomerulosclerosis, he required regular dialysis and underwent multiple surgeries throughout his life. Meanwhile, the money he earned during childhood was mishandled by guardians and financial advisors. As an adult, he sued his adoptive parents and business managers for misappropriating his earnings and won a legal judgment of about $1.3 million, but much of the money was never recovered. After the sitcom ended, he struggled to find roles that matched his early success. Coleman worked various jobs, including briefly serving as a security guard, and made occasional television appearances and reality show guest spots. In 2003, he even ran as an independent candidate in the California gubernatorial recall election, partly to regain public attention and partly to express frustration with politics. Though he did not win the campaign, showed his determination to remain visible and independent. Health complications followed him into adulthood. Years of kidney problems and medical treatments affected both his finances and well-being. In May 2010, he died at age 42 following a fall that led to a brain hemorrhage. His passing sparked renewed discussion about child actor protections and financial oversight laws in the entertainment industry. Gary Coleman's story goes beyond nostalgia. He made millions laugh, yet privately faced challenges few viewers understood. His life reminds audiences that fame is not the same as stability, and childhood success does not guarantee adulthood security. The deeper lesson is compassion behind every beloved character is a real person whose well-being deserves protection, not just applause. Parker McKenna Posey. Parker McKenna Posey grew up in front of millions of viewers, yet her journey after childhood fame shows how some young performers choose reinvention rather than disappearance. Born in 1995 in Los Angeles, she became widely known at only 6 years old when she was cast as Katie Kyle on the ABC sitcom My Wife and Kids, 2001 to 2005. As the youngest member of the television family, her expressive reactions and comedic timing helped make the show a staple of early 2000s network television. For many audiences, she became permanently associated with innocence and humor, but adulthood required redefining that identity. When the series ended, Posey faced a challenge common among former child actors. Audiences still saw her as the character she played. Instead of forcing constant appearances, she gradually stepped back to develop her personal interests in education. Over time, she returned to entertainment, selectively taking roles in independent films and later appearing in the BET series Games People Play. She also pursued modeling and fashion collaborations, demonstrating a broader creative direction beyond acting alone. Unlike many child stars who struggle with public attention, Posey deliberately reshaped her public image. Through interviews and social media, she emphasized self-development, fitness, and mental health awareness. She became involved in charitable initiatives, including support activities connected to cancer awareness campaigns. Her approach focused less on fame and more on influence, encouraging younger fans to value growth, education, and emotional health. She has also explored writing, design, and entrepreneurship, showing that a childhood career does not have to define an entire life. Rather than chasing constant television exposure, she chose projects aligned with her values. That decision reduced immediate visibility but increased personal stability. Her story highlights a quieter path after early celebrity. Some performers fade because opportunities disappear. Others step back intentionally to build normal adulthood. Posey belongs to the latter group. She transformed recognition into a platform rather than a dependency. The human message in her journey is clear. Identity should not be frozen in childhood. People are allowed to outgrow old versions of themselves. Real success is not remaining famous forever. It is learning who you are once the cameras turn off and still finding purpose beyond applause. Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer stands as one of the rare child actors who did not disappear from the spotlight, but instead successfully transitioned into a respected adult entertainer. Born in 1993 in Harvey, Illinois, she entered the industry at a very young age, yet her defining breakthrough came in the 2006 film Akeelah and the Bee. Her portrayal of a determined spelling bee competitor earned widespread critical praise and immediately established her as more than a typical child performer. Rather than being limited to a single memorable role, she continued building momentum with the Nickelodeon series True Jackson VP 2008 to 2011, where she became one of the youngest lead actresses to headline a major network show. Unlike many young stars whose careers slowed during adolescence, Palmer diversified early. She recorded music, released singles, and later expanded into hosting and live television. Over time, she appeared in projects ranging from the horror comedy Scream Queens to the Jordan Peele film Nope 2022. Her versatility allowed her to move between comedy, drama, music, and talk shows without losing credibility in any one field. She also made history as the youngest talk show host when she co-hosted Strahan's Sarah and Kiki and later joined NBC's Password revival. Her path was not without pressure. Growing up publicly required navigating criticism, social media scrutiny, and expectations placed on former child stars. Palmer often spoke openly about self-confidence, colorism in the entertainment industry, and the importance of mental health awareness. Rather than avoiding those topics, she used her platform to encourage younger audiences to accept their individuality. Beyond entertainment, she has supported various charitable initiatives and community conversations, emphasizing education and self-worth. In 2023, she welcomed her first child, adding motherhood to her evolving identity while continuing professional work. Kiki Palmer's story reflects persistence rather than luck. She avoided the pattern many feared for child actors by adapting with age and embracing new roles. Her journey offers a meaningful lesson. Growth is a process, and success is sustained when talent is matched with discipline and self-awareness. Fame may begin early, but maturity determines whether it lasts. Zelda Harris. Zelda Harris represents a different path from childhood stardom, one where stepping away from acting led to a new creative life. Born in 1985 in New York City, she became widely recognized for her performance as Troy Carmichael in Spike Lee's semi-autobiographical film Crooklyn, 1994. At just 8 years old, she carried a major motion picture with emotional depth and authenticity, making her one of the most memorable young performers of the decade. She also appeared on Sesame Street and in the film The Babysitter's Club era of family-oriented television programming. Despite early promise, Harris did not continue aggressively pursuing major acting roles into adulthood. As she grew older, she faced personal health challenges, including uterine fibroids that required medical attention. She spoke openly about the physical pain and emotional strain associated with the condition, sharing her recovery experience with supporters online. Her willingness to discuss health issues helped normalize conversations many women hesitate to address publicly. Instead of returning fully to film and television, she redirected her energy toward music. Harris became the lead vocalist of the band Zelda and the Lilos, where she explored soul and alternative styles. Performing live allowed her to reconnect with audiences, but in a more personal way than scripted acting. Rather than portraying a character, she expressed her own voice and experiences directly through performance. Her transition illustrates that leaving the spotlight does not equal failure. Many viewers remember her as a child star, yet she chose a path aligned with personal well-being and artistic freedom. She now focuses on creative expression, health advocacy, and maintaining a balanced life outside Hollywood pressure. Zelda Harris's journey offers a valuable perspective. Success can mean redefining goals rather than repeating past achievements. Childhood recognition gave her a platform, but adulthood gave her direction. Sometimes the healthiest decision is not to hold on to early fame, but to build a life that brings fulfillment beyond public attention. Emanuel Lewis. Emanuel Lewis became one of the most recognizable child stars of the 1980s, remembered for his cheerful personality and distinctive youthful appearance. Born in 1971 in Brooklyn, New York, he rose to fame playing the title character in the sitcom Webster 1983 to 1989. The series told the story of a young orphan adopted by a wealthy couple, and Lewis's natural charm helped make the show a major television success. His small stature, caused by a medical growth condition, gave him a unique screen presence that audiences immediately connected with, turning him into a cultural icon during that decade. During the peak of his popularity, Lewis appeared in numerous commercials and television specials. Advertisers frequently sought him out because viewers associated him with innocence and warmth. He endorsed a wide range of products and made guest appearances on talk shows across the United States. Interestingly, his fame extended beyond American television. In Japan, he developed a devoted fan base, recorded a pop song that charted successfully, and even starred in television projects created specifically for Japanese audiences. This international recognition was rare for a child actor of that era. As he grew older, Lewis made a deliberate decision to step away from constant acting roles. Rather than chasing adult fame, he pursued education and a quieter lifestyle. He attended college and occasionally appeared in documentaries and reunion specials, but avoided the demanding schedule of Hollywood production. While many former child stars struggled to redefine themselves, Lewis chose privacy and stability over continued celebrity attention. His story illustrates an alternative outcome of early fame: voluntary withdrawal instead of decline. By leaving the spotlight on his own terms, he maintained a sense of normalcy that many performers never experienced. Today, he lives largely outside the entertainment industry, making occasional public appearances for nostalgia events. The deeper message in his life is that success is not measured only by continued visibility. Sometimes maturity means recognizing when public attention no longer brings happiness. Lewis showed that protecting personal peace can be just as valuable as maintaining popularity, reminding audiences that a fulfilling life does not always require constant applause. Ross Baggley. Ross Baggley entered Hollywood at a young age and quickly became a familiar face to 1990s audiences. Born in 1988 in Los Angeles, California, he first gained recognition on the popular sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he played Nicky Banks, the youngest member of the Banks family. His cheerful energy and comedic reactions made him memorable despite sharing the screen with established stars. Soon afterward, he expanded into film, portraying Buckwheat in the 1994 movie The Little Rascals, a performance that introduced him to an even wider audience. Baggley's career continued to grow when he reunited with Will Smith in the blockbuster Independence Day 1996, one of the highest-grossing films of the decade. Appearing in both television and cinema before his teenage years placed him among the promising young actors of the time. However, as adolescence approached his screen, appearances gradually slowed. Rather than forcing a constant presence in Hollywood, he took a step back and focused on education and personal development. In adulthood, he explored creative paths behind the camera instead of remaining only in front of it. He studied filmmaking and later worked in directing and production, demonstrating a broader interest in storytelling. Alongside these pursuits, he also became a DJ, performing at events and developing a reputation in music circles. These projects allowed him to remain connected to entertainment while avoiding the pressures often placed on former child actors. Baggley's life reflects adaptation. Instead of clinging to childhood roles, he transformed early experience into practical skills. Many viewers still recognize him from his youthful performances, yet his professional identity now extends beyond acting credits. The meaningful lesson from his journey is flexibility. Early opportunities can open doors, but long-term satisfaction comes from evolving with changing interests. Baggley proved that leaving center stage does not mean abandoning creativity. It means choosing how to express it in a healthier and more sustainable way. Jaime Foxworth. Jaime Foxworth experienced both the bright promise and the difficult aftermath of early television fame. Born in 1979 in Illinois and raised in California, she became widely recognized as Judy Winslow on the popular sitcom Family Matters 1989 to 1998. As the youngest daughter of the Winslow family, her character appeared regularly during the early seasons, and she quickly became familiar to millions of viewers. However, as the show progressed, its focus shifted toward other characters, especially Steve Urkel, whose popularity transformed the series' direction. Before the fifth season, Foxworth was unexpectedly written out of the program. Her character was never given a proper storyline conclusion. She simply disappeared from the narrative. For a young performer, the sudden loss of a steady role created both emotional and financial strain. She later admitted the experience damaged her confidence and left her feeling replaced. Without the structure of the show, her acting opportunities became limited, and she struggled to transition into adult roles. During her late teens and early 20s, Foxworth faced personal difficulties, including financial hardship and substance dependency. In interviews years later, she spoke candidly about these struggles and the emotional impact of losing childhood fame. Eventually, she sought help, rebuilt her life, and focused on recovery and stability. She later appeared in documentary-style television programs, discussing her past openly in hopes of encouraging others dealing with similar issues. In adulthood, she chose a quieter lifestyle, prioritizing family and personal well-being. Becoming a mother helped reshape her priorities, and she gradually stepped away from public attention. Rather than returning to constant acting work, she concentrated on rebuilding confidence and maintaining emotional health. Foxworth's story offers a powerful reminder about the realities behind television success. Child performers may appear secure on screen, yet their futures can change abruptly. Her experience highlights the importance of emotional support and guidance for young entertainers. The human lesson in her journey is resilience. Setbacks do not have to define a lifetime. With honesty and persistence, it is possible to rebuild dignity and move forward even after very public challenges. Brandon Hammond. Brandon Hammond emerged in the early 1990s as one of the most talented young dramatic actors of his generation. Born in 1984 in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, he began appearing in commercials and quickly moved into film roles. His early performances included Menace to Society, 1993, where he played the younger version of the main character, followed by roles in Waiting to Exhale, 1995, and Soul Food, 1997. His performance in Soul Food earned him an NAACP Image Award nomination and helped establish him as a promising actor capable of emotional depth at a young age. Hammond also appeared on television, including the series Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman and The Gregory Hines Show, where his performance earned a Young Artist Award in 1998. Unlike many child actors known primarily for comedy, he often portrayed thoughtful and sensitive characters demonstrating maturity beyond his years. During the late 1990s, he maintained a steady acting career, balancing school with film and television commitments under the guidance of his mother, who also served as his manager. As he entered adulthood, Hammond gradually reduced his on-screen work and turned toward education and filmmaking. He attended college and began writing and directing his own projects. One of his student films, Summer Bling, received recognition at the Newport Beach Film Festival. He later wrote the short screenplay, Imaru, which earned an award at a short film competition honoring filmmaker John Singleton. Rather than seeking continuous acting roles, he shifted to storytelling from behind the camera. His path shows that stepping away from acting does not mean abandoning creativity. Instead, he redirected his experience toward production and writing, remaining connected to the industry while maintaining personal stability. Many former viewers still remember his childhood performances, but his current work demonstrates growth beyond early fame. Hammond's journey carries an encouraging message. Early success can become a foundation rather than a limitation. By developing new skills and education, he proved that identity should not remain fixed in childhood roles. Creative talent can evolve over time, and fulfillment often comes from shaping stories rather than only appearing in them. Tyler James Williams. Tyler James Williams is one of the clearest examples of a child actor who successfully navigated the difficult transition into adulthood. Born in 1992 in Westchester County, New York, he began performing very early, appearing in children's television programming, before landing his breakthrough role in the sitcom Everybody Hates Chris, 2005 to 2009. Portraying a fictionalized young Chris Rock, Williams balanced humor and realism, presenting everyday school struggles, bullying, and family pressures in a way party audiences related to. The show ran for 4 seasons and became a cultural staple, especially among viewers who grew up in the 2000s. After the series ended, he faced a period that many former child actors experience: public expectations without clear direction. Rather than disappearing, he accepted varied roles, appearing in Let It Shine, The Walking Dead, and several independent productions. During this time, however, he quietly battled Crohn's disease, a chronic inflammatory condition affecting the digestive tract. The illness required emergency surgery and removal of a portion of his intestine. He later explained that the health crisis forced him to reevaluate his career and life priorities. Instead of ending his progress, recovery reshaped his perspective. In 2021, he returned to major television in the sitcom Abbott Elementary, portraying teacher Gregory Eddy. The role earned widespread praise and introduced him to a new generation of viewers who did not necessarily know his earlier work. His performance demonstrated maturity and subtle comedic timing, proving his abilities had grown rather than faded. Williams also uses interviews to discuss health awareness and perseverance, openly sharing his experiences with chronic illness. By addressing these topics, he helped reduce stigma and encourage young audiences to take their health seriously. His journey illustrates resilience. Childhood fame can trap performers in nostalgia, but he moved forward by adapting and accepting change. The deeper lesson is that growth often comes through hardship. Personal challenges do not erase talent, they refine it. By confronting illness and returning stronger, Williams showed that success is not defined by constant popularity, but by the courage to continue developing even when circumstances interrupt the path. Raven-Symoné. Raven-Symoné's career spans multiple generations of television viewers, making her one of the most enduring former child stars. Born in 1985 in Atlanta, Georgia, she began performing before starting elementary school. Her first major exposure came on The Cosby Show, where she played Olivia Kendall. Even at a young age, she displayed strong comedic timing and confidence on camera, qualities that set her apart from many child performers. Her career expanded rapidly during the late 1990s and early 2000s. She appeared in films such as Dr. Dolittle and later became the lead of the Disney Channel series That's So Raven, 2003 to 2007. The show followed a teenager with psychic visions and became one of the network's highest-rated programs, turning her into a household name. She also recorded music albums and toured, proving her abilities extended beyond acting. Unlike many performers who struggle after childhood popularity, she continued evolving professionally. She worked as a television host on The View, took roles behind the camera as a producer and director, and returned to Disney with the sequel series Raven's Home. These projects allowed her to remain relevant while controlling her creative direction. In her personal life, she has spoken openly about identity, self-acceptance, and personal growth. She publicly acknowledged her sexuality and later married Miranda Perman-Madej in 2020. She has also supported causes related to education and youth development, using her experience to mentor younger performers. Her story demonstrates adaptability. Instead of resisting change, she expanded into different areas of entertainment, ensuring her career matured along with her. The important lesson is that longevity often depends on reinvention. Childhood recognition may open the door, but continuous learning keeps it open. Raven-Symoné shows that stability in a public career is possible when an individual embraces growth and remains true to personal values beyond the roles that first made them famous. Dee Davis. Dee Davis gained recognition very early in life, becoming one of the most memorable young performers of early 2000s television. Born in 1996 in Olympia Fields, Illinois, she began acting at around 5 years old and quickly landed her breakout role as Brianna Babygirl Tompkins on The Bernie Mac Show, 2001 to 2006. Her expressive reactions and confident comedic delivery made her stand out even alongside experienced adult actors. The role earned her a Young Artist Award in 2004, confirming that her popularity was not only audience-driven, but also critically acknowledged. After the series ended, Davis continued making guest appearances on programs such as Strong Medicine House and The Game. However, instead of pursuing non-stop acting work, she chose a different direction. She prioritized education, attended high school in her hometown, and later studied at Prairie State College. For a former child actor, stepping away from constant production schedules allowed her to experience a more typical adolescence, something many young performers rarely receive. In adulthood, she embraced personal growth and family life. She became a mother and focused on building stability beyond entertainment. Rather than completely abandoning public interaction, she turned to digital media, creating online content and sharing lifestyle conversations through a YouTube channel with a close friend. The platform gave her control over her image and voice in a way television never could during childhood. Her path shows that leaving Hollywood does not always mean failure or rejection. For some performers, it is a deliberate decision to prioritize mental health and normalcy. Davis still occasionally appears at reunions and interviews celebrating the sitcom's legacy, but she does so on her own terms rather than industry expectations. Her experience carries a meaningful lesson. Success can include choosing peace over constant recognition. Childhood applause is powerful, yet personal happiness often grows from stability, education, and family connection. By reshaping her life beyond acting, Davis demonstrated that identity should never be limited to a role played in youth. Keshia Pium. Keshia Pium is one of the few child actors whose recognition successfully extended into adulthood without disappearing entirely. Born in 1979 in Newark, New Jersey, she entered entertainment almost immediately, appearing in national advertisements as a toddler and later on Sesame Street. Her defining moment came when she was cast as Rudy Huxtable on The Cosby Show, 1984 to 1992. As the youngest member of the television family, her warmth and comedic timing made her a favorite among viewers. At just 6 years old, she received an Emmy nomination, becoming one of the youngest nominees in television history. After the sitcom ended, Pium did not rely solely on nostalgia. She pursued education at Spelman College, where she earned a sociology degree, demonstrating a commitment to life beyond acting. She continued appearing in films and television projects, including the Medea film series and independent productions, while also working behind the scenes as a producer and director. Her career expanded into business as she invested in entrepreneurial ventures and hosted media projects. Outside entertainment, she has focused heavily on philanthropy. She founded community initiatives supporting youth programs, education, and empowerment activities. Her charitable work reflects a desire to use early fame constructively rather than simply maintain celebrity status. She also shares aspects of motherhood, raising her children while balancing professional responsibilities. Pium's journey differs from many former child stars because she intentionally built multiple identities: student, entrepreneur, parent, and advocate, rather than remaining tied only to a childhood character. She appears at conventions and interviews discussing television history, yet her daily life includes business and social initiatives. Her story offers an important message: early success does not have to trap someone in the past. With planning and discipline, a child performer can mature into a stable adult career. Pium's path shows that preparation, education, and community involvement can transform temporary fame into long-term opportunity, proving that growth after childhood recognition is possible when purpose extends beyond the screen. Every story we explored reminds us that fame is temporary, but identity is lifelong. Some actors found new careers, some stepped away for peace, and others faced hardships few viewers ever imagined. Their lives prove childhood applause does not guarantee adult security. Perhaps the real issue isn't why they vanished, but whether audiences place unrealistic expectations on children who were simply growing up. What do you think? Were these careers lost, or were they personal victories hidden from the spotlight? Share your honest opinion below and join the conversation. Like, subscribe, and support Black Excellence Legends for more stories that honor legacy, humanity, and the real lives behind entertainment history.